What's up, family? What's up? What's up? This is Juan J. Johnson coming at you with the Real Talk. Founder, President, Lone Wolf Firearms Training. Founder of Real Talk, LLC. Founder of Making Dreams Come True. I just want to get those preliminaries out of the way. If you want to reach me on social media, on Facebook, you can always go to Juan J. Johnson's profile page and you'll see me. If you want firearms training, you can go to my page, or you can go to Lone Wolf Firearms Training. That's Lone Wolf Firearms Training. You will see the services that we provide. Just inbox me. What do you want? I don't have the feature set up where you can make reservations, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you still can leave a message if you want the services. You can also go to Making Dreams Come True, which is a whole different post, deal with your spiritual affirmations. And you can also go to my Real Talk page, where I just sometimes repost some of the things I've said on my Juan J. Johnson's page. With that said, again, you know I don't come on Facebook a lot these days. I'm very intentional with what I do. I don't take place in a lot of these discussions, these arguments. If you follow me for any period of time on social media, you know that I was talking about black when it was not popular. And I called out the system of racism, white supremacy. Matter of fact, I even coined WMD culture, white male dominant culture. I gave it a name. Some people can't deal with white supremacy, so I just said this white male dominant culture. Okay? You know I dealt with those preachers, all of them. If you follow me for any length of time, you know I did not spare the bishops, the archbishops, the elders, the pastors, the reverends, the prophets, the teachers, the missionaries, nor the ministers. I've got years of conversation. I got about 100 videos on YouTube. So if you are wondering what I've shared and what I've said, if you're new to my channel, if you're new to my page, you may be new to not hear me say much, because there was a time where I had a response for everything. I was current. I'm still current, but I'm not as vocal as I was last year's time or years past. Because right now I'm just very intentional. I've been telling the family, I've been warning the family, I've been trying to encourage the family, I've been imploring the family to become mindful of self-defense. I've been telling you all to get armed. I've been saying this the last couple of years. I went from telling you to get armed to becoming a certified firearms instructor to get you armed. This is where I'm at. This is the mindset that I'm in. I'm in a warrior's mentality. We have so many emotional men out here today that we need more warriors. Men whose action speaks louder than their words. So again, you're not going to see me come on social media talking about the Democrats. You're not going to see me talking about the Republicans. You know I'm an independent. What's up, Eddie? You're not going to see me talking about Biden, and you're not going to see me talking about Trump. You're not going to see me talking about Kamala. We have enough voices out here right now that's dealing with those issues. You're not even going to see me talking about You're not going to see me talking about, uh, just waving at a couple folks. You're not going to see me talking about these shootings that are going on every day. I told you once, as a former police officer, say this again, as a former police officer of 20-something years, I understand the more you see the violence, the more you see the crime, the more desensitized you become to it. If you are a police officer on this feed and you're hearing my voice, you know that police officers ran to the crime. They didn't run from the crime. You can't keep seeing the shootings and the stabbings and the murders and you don't become desensitized. And if you're on a steady diet of CNN, MSNBC, Fox, all your local channels, and you're constantly seeing the deaths, you're constantly seeing the shootings, then you are being desensitized to accepting this as a normal reality. I step back from that because I need to have my sensitivity in place. I need to be able to have some empathy, some sympathy, and maybe do something about it. So you're not going to see me posting no shootings. You're just not going to see it. You can do it, but I won't do it because I know that I'm not going to continue this cycle of fear. And if you are the police and you know that, if you're retired or if you are the police, you know that you have to still away and get away from that just so you can maintain a level of sanity. And even when I did the law enforcement piece, when I realized that I could become desensitive to it, I took some steps to get my humanity back. Because you don't want to be in a place where it becomes common to see the deaths, the murders, the executions. And that's what black people are today. It's common now. That's why it's almost like we're paralyzed. Whether y'all are paralyzed, I'm not. So I implore you to turn off your televisions, turn off your radios, take a break with social media, and take a mental health day, a mental health week, or a mental health month for yourself. Trust me, when you get off your mental health day, week, or month, the problems of this world are going to still be there. But at least you would have had taken some time for yourself. Okay? So, again, with that said, I'm not going to talk too much about Jacob Blake, his shooting. No. We all have our opinions on that. I'm not going to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. No. Because we all have our opinions on that. I'm going to talk about why y'all still, men, are wondering whether you should be armed. Why are you still wondering whether you need a gun? Why are you still debating whether you need a shotgun? Why are you still debating whether you need to arm yourself? I just got finished training. A virtual class. Because again, if I can't come to you, if you're concerned about COVID and being infected or getting sick, we can do virtual training. There's no reason on God's green earth, in America, in the 21st century, that every black man, mentally sane, mentally capable, and responsible, should not be either a gun owner or a gun user. No, man. And I'm training more females than guys. Say this again. I'm training more ladies, more women, more females than guys. does. That speaks right there to the mindset of a lot of these men out here today, or these males out here today. I keep quoting and saying the same thing, that the essence and the proof of love is the willingness to protect. That the essence of love and the proof of love is that you want to protect what's yours, whether it be yourself, whether it be your family, whether it be your community, or whether it be your culture. And we're living in an era right now where black men do not have the proof of love. The proof of love will make you make a sacrifice for the bigger community. The essence of love will make you make a sacrifice for the collective. Let me say this. One of the reasons why I don't talk about these shootings, because I don't see these shootings of black people, or foundational black Americans, or African Americans, or ADOS Americans, or Negroes and niggas. I don't see these shootings as isolated events. I see these shootings as an attack on the collective. Okay? I see these shootings as an attack on our total collective, not as isolated events. And if we don't reframe this argument on how we see these shootings, then we are all voluntarily taking part in watching the extermination of our race. We're on the sidelines watching the extermination of our race. Watch this. Think about this. You will never see the Jewish community or the Israeli community not defend one of their own. When you hit one of them, the whole beehive responds. True or false? You mess with one of their members in their collective, then you've messed with all of them. Because they don't look at attacks on their people as isolated events. They look at it as an attack on the collective. And until we, as foundational black Americans, reframe this argument and stop looking at the Breonna Taylors, the Jacob Blakes, the Tamar Rices, the Eric Garners. Once we stop looking at these killings, these shootings, these assaults as isolated events and look at them as a collective, then you start seeing people change how they approach us. Because then we'll start moving as a fist and not as a finger. A fist, a closed fist, not as a finger. So now, you will not see me engaged in this emotional roller coaster. You won't. Family, let me be very clear. We are at war. And I don't need to see no more shootings. I don't need to see no more assaults. I don't need to watch no more television on the way at war. And just because certain people haven't declared war vocally, just their actions have told us that we're at war with you. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm trying to get everybody I know trained. That's why I named my company Lone Wolf Firearms Training. Because I believe there's a lone wolf in each one of us. Stop looking for a group or an individual to save you. Save yourself. Learn how to defend yourself. Learn how to fight yourself for yourself. I'm telling you right now, family. Because I'm not going to be before you too much longer on this field. We are at war, and you need to train. You need to train. You need to become familiar with firearms. You need to become familiar with rifles. You need to become familiar with assault rifles. You need to become familiar with guns. Okay? Again, I'm going to say this again. The proof and the essence of love is the willingness to protect. This ain't got nothing to do with emotions. This has everything to do with protecting our home. And I think that, we done drink all the poison of America. And America is what it is, when I say poison, we drank all the bad attributes. And then we're acting out. We're doing it. I don't want to go there. I want you to become responsible gun owners. Whether you come get training from my company or you go to somebody else. But you need to be responsible gun owners and users like never before. That's number one. Number two, you need to start stocking up on some water. You need to start buying as much water as you can. Because for 3 months, that first 3 months when COVID hit, that February, March, April, that April, May, June, our supply lines was down in this country. We are an import nation. We are a consumer nation. When the supply lines went down and the food didn't get to us, a lot of food went bad. Now they're able to get some of that food out now. So now you're seeing the illusion of the grocery stores being full. No, what you're seeing is the last supplies before this winter, this fall hit. And when this winter and this fall hit, you're not going to see no food. Save your water. I'm going to also tell you this. Start saving your seeds. Start saving your seeds. What seeds? Whatever seeds that you can save. Whether it be cherry seeds, watermelon seeds, grape seeds, pineapple seeds, cantaloupe seeds. Whatever seeds you can save, start saving your seeds. Why? Because at least if you can start your own garden, you can be able to eat. You'll be able to exchange with your family and your friends and your neighbors and your community. Why am I talking about exchange? Because we're at a place where we're going to have to start thinking a barter system. A barter system. What is barter? What do you get? You have something that I need. What can I do for it? What would you give me for it? If you've ever been outside this country, most countries are like third world because of their technology. But African Americans or foundation Black Americans, we are a first world nation, but we're having a third world experience. The third world, if you ever go to countries outside of America, all they do is buy and sell, buy and sell. They're not hoarding. They're not saving up like we do here. They're always trying to sell. You go to Jamaica, they're selling you something. You go to Caribbeans, they're selling you something. Everybody trying to sell something. You come back here, we're saving. We're never selling. But we're having the third world experience because unemployment If 50 million people are unemployed, you can bet your money about 25 million of them are black African Americans. Okay? So we have to change our mind. We have to change how we do things. COVID-19 exposed bad leadership, family. COVID-19 exposed traitors among us. COVID-19 exposed no leadership. I'm talking about from your pastors. I'm talking about from your politicians. I'm talking about from your entertainers. I'm talking about from your talking head, your pundits on television. I'm talking about from your I can call out names of the people over the last 50 years who have been pushing buy, spin, and don't build. And COVID-19 exposed that bad teaching, because when COVID-19 hit, it showed us all that we have nothing. We have nothing to show for. No grocery stores, no electrical grids, no water plants, no factories. You can't even make shoes. You can't make drawers. You can't make t-shirts. You can't make underwear. You can't even make no bras. And all our jobs are being outsourced somewhere else. Everybody around us have an economic structure in place but us. The Asians have their stores. The Hispanics have their stores. The Germans have their stores. The Italians have their stores. The Amish have their stores. The Jews have their stores. And we don't have no stores. We don't have nothing to show for it. That's why I said we've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray by some of the most, by people who we loved and respect, who we thought that we could talk to. Now, I don't want to call, should I call some names out? Do I need to call out some names of the people who betrayed us, who still betraying us, who, there's a quote in the Batman, Dark Knight, that says, either you die a hero or you live long enough to be a villain. But I added to that, either you die a hero or you live long enough to be exposed and to become a villain. And again, family, we're not going back to pre-COVID-19. That day is over. We have to buy and sell among each other. We have to start bartering among each other. We have to develop a third world mindset about buying and selling, about trading, about bartering. We have to create supply lines for us among our communities, among our people right now. We must become very ingenuitive about how do we make sure that we're going to be around for the next 100 years, that my son, my daughter is going to be around the next 50 or 70 years. What can I do right now? We need some folks to start thinking like Jeff Bezos or Amazon, but on a smaller scale, but hoping to make sure that we are around. Or Alibaba, another Amazon-like business, who they buy and sell. They make sure that they can get the supplies to the people. We need thinkers, critical thinkers, and problem solvers like never before. Like never before. Outside of protecting and learning how to fight, I got a brother right now who's ready and willing, like myself, can show you how to do self-defense. Okay? Let me stay on top of it. You must start learning how to buy and sell among each other. Number one. You must start saving your seeds. You said you don't have no land? I'll tell you what. Go to one of these thrift stores. Get you some dresser drawers. Okay? And put some soil in the dresser drawers. And start growing your own garden in your house, on your balcony. It's going to take that type of thinking to stay alive. And every time you get an opportunity to go to the store and get you some water, preferably spring water, get at least 2 or 3 cases. You want to make sure you have enough food in your pantry for at least 2 years. Or at least 6 months. Get your non-perishables. Load up on your beans. Load up on your sardines. Load up on your tuna fish. Load up on your non-perishables. You're going to need this stuff. Especially if this supply line, well, it's already broke. It's already broke, family. We are a consumer nation. We were shut down for almost 90 days. The supply line is broke. And those outside know that we are a consumer nation. And I posted some time ago, how do you destroy or how do you kill a beast that's indestructible? You starve the beast. How do you starve? How do you kill a beast? You starve it. If I starve a beast, he can't eat. He loses his strength. America, you're talking about weapons. We are the most powerful nation on this planet when you're talking about military, arsenal. I'm not talking about soldiers-wise. China got about 1 billion soldiers. But we got that Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. We got the technology. America's never been one of those fighting nations, one of those ground nations. That's why they lost in Korea. That's why they lost in Vietnam. Okay? Because they couldn't fight no ground war. But they dropped some bombs on you, like they did in Japan. You know, like they did in Korea. Vietnam. They dropped bombs on you. You know. But you need to know that this is the time right now to be very, very serious about the survival of your family, your friends, your community, and the culture. This is what you need to know right now. You need to be serious about, do I have enough water? If you don't, get 3 cases every time you go to the store. Get the water. You're not going to, look here, you don't have enough water, trust me. You don't have enough water. Trust me when I tell you. That's why we got this. We are going to have to develop these supply lines so that we can help each other out. Okay. So as we are coming together and building our pantries, our individual pantries. If you got a house, if you got an apartment, you better find a place to start planting some seeds. Start planting your own garden. Start now. Don't wait. And start the process of bartering. Service for service, hire for hire. If we're going to survive this. And again, I can't leave out the firearms piece because I know that if you're still wondering, should you be armed, you're already late. You're already late. You know, I'm not trying to persuade nobody to become a responsible gun owner or user. But even if you don't want to be legally responsible firearms owner, you still should be familiar with the firearms, just in case you come across one and you have to make it safe. This is what I've been thinking and doing. You're not seeing me on social media like I was. I'm about action right now. Yes, there's plenty brothers and sisters out here that's carrying the torch of information. They are informing the people. I'm trying to train you. You want self-defense? You hit me in my DM. You want to learn how to use weapons? You hit me in my DM. Or you go to Lone Wolf Firearms training. And if you don't like my service, I'll see you somewhere else. My main thing is this. We don't have the luxury of not knowing how to defend ourselves, protect ourselves. That day is over because look here, I'm not so much focused on the system of white supremacy no more because I know we have some enemies who will want to replace this whole nation. I personally believe that was a biological weapon unleashed on us from China. If you read The Art of War, it says to be an excellent soldier or to win an excellent battle, you don't want to destroy the property, you just want to destroy the people. An excellent war strategy is not destroying the structures. It's been able to destroy people or kill people and they don't even know they've been killed. So what better way to kill people outside of shooting them where you just unleash a biological weapon? Whether you believe me or not, it doesn't matter because right now we are facing a biological weapon in this COVID-19 or this coronavirus. And I can remember like it was a couple of days ago how they was trying to make foundational black Americans the face of COVID-19 or people or black folks in general. And that plan did not work. Thank God it didn't work. Because had that plan was successful, that they would made us the face of it, they would have quarantined us, they would have inoculated us, they would have isolated us, and then they would have terminated us. That's how you do it. You quarantine, you inoculate, you isolate, and then you terminate. And luckily that this country somewhat mishandled the COVID piece. And now the world is seeing Americans, or this country, this nation, as the face of COVID. The whole world has isolated us. We can't even travel outside this country. We can't travel outside this country. Okay? We can't. So again, if the whole world has isolated us, and now that Americans are considered the face of COVID-19, what do you think the next plan is going to be? You remove them. You remove them. You remove the infected ones to save the rest of the world. So for all those who've been focused on racism, white supremacy, you forgot there's another enemy outside waiting to replace you, waiting to replace racism, white supremacy. You need to wake up. You need to wake up now. You need to stop being played emotionally. And these men out here, these brothers out here, you need to find some confidence. Find some confidence. Find some courage. And start the process of defending yourself, defending your families, defending your communities, and defending the damn culture. And that's two cultures. Because you got foundational black American culture, and then you're in America. And although we're fighting this racism, white supremacy, those who want to replace us, they're not going to have the same leniency towards us. Because they're going to say this to us. Well, we didn't do this to you. So you're missing that argument. You're not even seeing that part of it. That you think that others who's going to try to replace this system are going to be better? Nah, they're not. They're not, family. So what you going to do? What you going to do? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Whether it's Trump in the White House or whether it's Biden in the White House, our situation still remains the same. We've been here 400 years, family, fighting this system. Okay? 400 years. 400. We are survivors. We're survivors. But we got to be about the business of protecting the children and saving our collective and this country. Okay? And I'm speaking as a soldier. I'm not speaking as no minister. I'm not speaking as no police officer. I'm speaking as a soldier. Somebody who knows what time it is. Okay? Somebody who I don't have the emotional collateral to be. I don't have the luxury to have these emotional fights with our people about a red state, blue states. We got to change this stuff. I don't have that luxury right now, because watch this. Whoever sits in that seat of power in November, right? It's going to be some casualties among the people. Some of us are cutting each other off because of who we align ourselves with. How do you're cutting off a person who could possibly help you through this winter that's coming, through this famine that's already here. I need you to wake up. I need you to wake up. I need you to wake up. That's how serious it is, family. So again, I'm about to bring this to an end. I don't have much to say. Look here, I'll say this. I'll put some respect on John Thompson. Peace be upon him. Rest in peace. Another ancestor that's gone. Did much for us. I'll put some respect on Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. They both served their purpose. Say this again. They served their purpose. They lived. Are you serving your purpose? What is your purpose, family? Okay? Sure, I can talk about the Johns, and I can talk about the Chadwicks. But what's important to me right now is not personalities. It's the survival of our collective and the survival of this nation. Now, that could appear to be schizophrenic, because the straight black, pro-black, all black, green, red, and black are like, look, you destroy this system. I tell you what, you destroy it and replace it with what? Justice. We do that. But you cannot forget the ones who's waiting in the wind to take over. And a lot of us, again, are so emotional that we're miscalculating. Okay? I've been saying recently, and I'm gonna keep saying this, and I need to put all my preachers on blast, all my bishops and archbishops and elders and reverends. And I've been saying this for years. Thank God for social media. It reminds you of what you done said. The stuff I'm saying ain't even new. I've been saying this for years. You do not consult your preachers in times of war. And in the black collective, we've got to stop consulting the preachers in times of war. They are about the business of peace and forgiveness and unity and love. There's a time for that. But when you're at war, I don't know no warrior who ever went to church in the middle of a war. Not saying you can't go to church, but when you're at war, you do not consult preachers. And this country is an example of when they decide to go to war, the only time they consult the preacher is for prayer for the soldiers and for victory. And after that, the generals kick in, and they are about the business of strategies and taking down potential threats, domestic and foreign. That's one of the reasons why you don't see me on social media no more as much. You know why? Because if you think about how America is set up, you see the politicians, you see the preachers, you see the talking voices, talking heads, right? You rarely see the military people, the ones who are making sure that freedom that you hold so dear to you, that your freedom of speech and that your freedom of assembly and your freedom of religion is protected by those generals that you never see. But they're waiting and drawing up plans to go to war. That's why you don't even see me on social. And you don't really see me out in public that much these days. Because I'm behind the scenes thinking about how to save a people who don't realize they being destroyed. And whose men are so emotional, too emotional, that most women, or most of our children, don't even see strong men no more these days. You can't recognize a strong man because they're so emotional. I might get off my topic now. You don't see the generals out there because they're in the back planning warfare strategies to defend this nation. You're not going to see me out here on social giving views and debating people. It's bigger than that one individual. It's bigger than who's going to be in that White House. It's about the salvation and the freedom and the liberty of this nation. Okay? That's what it's about for me. And that's what it should be about for you and your family. The only reason why we can do this right here is because somebody died or are willing to die or who's going to die for the freedoms that we have. Okay? So look, I'm going to bring this in. I think I said enough. When I come on social media, family, if you see me on the street, I'm about that business of training you, and getting you ready, and keeping you ready. Because we don't have the luxury right now to be getting ready. You need to be ready and then stay ready. So look, every male under the sound of my voice, y'all need to be sharing this video, sharing it. Like my channels on social media, whether it's YouTube. I'm gonna start being more vocal on Instagram and my other platforms. I came across some good IT people that's gonna help me out. But if you are in law enforcement, if you're in the service, if you're a male, if you're under the sound of my voice, you need training. You need some firearms training. And if I can't help you out, I know some guys that can help you out. Sisters, you too. Since a lot of sisters are the head of the household and they got these children and they're unprotected, you need training, whether it's with the firearms or whether it's with some self-defense. Hit me up. Hit me up. Okay? I just may have to do an intro. I might have to do a virtual Zoom intro to firearms piece. Because at this moment in time, although this is what I do for a living, but at this moment in time, I need y'all trained. And I'm willing to almost give it to you just so you can be ready for what's ever about to happen. Because it's going to happen. It's just when. It's just when. I know that some guys are not going to do this. So I'm not, you know, you got to go with your conviction. My conviction is we all need to be trained as many as we can, because it's about saving the babies, saving this nation. And so I'm training y'all. You want hand to hand? You want some hand training, self-defense? You give me a call. You hit the lone wolf piece. Okay? I got some good brothers who know martial arts. I already talked to them, and they're ready to go. Let me know. And they will do the social distancing. Okay? Again, you have no excuse for not doing firearms training, because I do virtual training. I just did a class today. Virtual training. And preachers, again, I did years of getting on y'all. But you need to be prepping your congregations for what is about to take place. Okay? So look at, with that said, I'm going to bring this to an end. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I do appreciate you. I hope I said something that will resonate within you, that will get you to be more serious, and to keep you and stop you from fussing and fighting at one another over some politics and politics. This is about the survival of our species, family. This is about the survival of our collective. Okay? I need you alive. I need these babies alive. Now, I know some of y'all ready to go. You're waiting for somebody to crack the sky. Okay. While you're waiting for somebody to crack that sky and come back and save you, I'll be training you all too, just in case you need some training, in case he don't or they don't get here. That's my promise to you. I'll train you until they get here. Okay? So with that said, go to Lone Wolf Firearms Training. DM me. Go to Making Dreams Come True, LLC. Go to Real Talk. All these are my social media platforms, profiles. Or you can go to my Juan J. Johnson on YouTube. Okay? Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm real serious about what I'm saying. I need you to be serious about it. And I need you, again, to start saving your water. Buy as much water as you can. Save your seeds. Grow you a garden. Buy up as many non-perishables as you can. And invest in a bug-out bag. A survival bag. A bug-out bag. Just look it up. You go to Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon.com and type in bug-out bag. Okay? Just in case you may have to live off the grid. Say this again. Just in case you may have to live off the grid. Okay? So with that said, again, thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you. Always remember this. The essence and the proof of love. It is not what you know. The essence and the proof of love is the willingness to protect. If you're not about protecting, your love is questioned. The essence and the proof of love is the willingness to protect. And always, like I always end the broadcast, it is not how much you know, family. It's how much you care. With that said, I'll see you soon. God bless you. Stay thankful. Stay thankful. In spite of this whole pandemic, stay thankful. A thank you should be the first thing to come out your mouth in the morning. And the last two words before you go to sleep. Thank you, Lord, and thank you, good night. With that said, I'm out of here. I'll see you soon. Save that water, save those seeds, and save those unperishables, and hit me with that training. I'm out of here. Love you all. Peace.